There we go. We're rolling. I'm going to start my game. Uh,
Okay, sounds good. And we are doing another episode of, if I remember correctly, what the hell kind of life is this for anybody to lead the Archimage stories?
yes, and I actually did name the
Yeah.
playlist and the video set.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
aware. I'm looking at it right now.
It's like
Yeah,
the
but
number.
it's an amazing title. I enjoy it.
I thought YouTube would cut me off at how long the title was.
No, they were fine with it, right?
Oh yeah, no, they didn't care.
It's YouTube. They usually don't give a shit.
And of course,
Exactly.
and of course, we'll just, I'll just say, I like the name. We all like the new religion I have in this game. It just really
Yes,
speaks
it
to
is
all of us.
It is amazing in every way,
And
and it's just great.
while Archimage is telling his stories, I will be given the good word. I'll be a Jehovah Witness. We're army of 32,000.
Yep. Yep. Anybody who doesn't convert gets
Truly
threatened or
doing the
murdered.
Lord's work.
I am doing
Exactly.
the flying spaghetti monster's good testament.
Oh god.
And the Pope haven't excommunicated me yet, so I figure he's all right with it.
Oh, I just realized with the flying spaghetti monster as the god, it means we don't drink wine, we drink spaghetti sauce or marinara sauce, huh?
No, that's not part of our religion. Then I guess we're part of the lizard race or whatever.
There you go. Okay, so last time we were doing my stories, we had stopped.
It
on
was college.
stories.
It was college because I hovered over it in City Skyline, going, "This is how we will remember."
Exactly, and I do have lots of college stories, so this might actually take a couple episodes.
Okay,
but,
good. So next time we'll start in City Skyline, so we can actually. Because if I recall, we were building a university to celebrate the college stories.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, we were. Okay, so with the college stories, I'm gonna be mentioning this college a lot, but I shouldn't mention its name because we don't want people to know who we are for absolutely non-legal reasons.
What's a nickname we can call it?
I was partial to goddamn university.
That'll work.
Go ahead.
Now, I will remember very well.
Yeah, man. Shadow R. Fox and I went to the same university. I
Goddamn university of the goddamn
Exactly.
mascots.
Exactly. So I feel like this was a good name. Okay, so my university experience actually started with, I had an orientation day with Shadow R. Fox. Did you have orientation or no?
Now I can't remember for the damn university if did they actually, because I transferred from another university.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I went there straight off from the back.
Did they actually because I remember my first semester there, they didn't do orientation, but they had a bunch of people stationed around the campus to provide water and drinks and maps because it was
I
a
had a
hot
full-
summer, it was a hot fall day.
Oh no, I had a full like 3-day orientation where I went to like classrooms, got to hear about the college, did all this
Oh
stuff.
hell no. Oh hell no. You
No,
think the damn university would make me do that? Yeah, hell no.
They made me bloody well do it.
I did that at my first university.
Well, they made me do that at goddamn university. And honestly, I went there. They talked about the school. They talked about its history, all this. You know, the only reason I went to orientation was to have 2 questions answered. What classes do I need to take, and where are they? That's all I wanted to know. And neither of those questions were answered.
I was about to say, and neither of them were answered, were they?
Yeah, but I did get a special surprise. So, going there was not the most fun I've ever had. I had to do a lot of tests to get into it because I unfortunately missed the SATs because I got pink eye in high school. So I had to spend my summer retaking tests and everything. And when I got in, originally when I got in, they said, hey, you're good. You took calculus in high school, so you don't need to worry. You'll be put into calculus when your first year of college. So I'm like, cool, awesome. I go to orientation, and apparently the person who had looked over my transcript had switched to another person, and they decided, no, your high school calculus means nothing. You've got to take a math placement test. So literally on my second day of orientation, they pulled me aside and said, hey, you got to go take this math placement test now.
They
Like,
did that to me at my previous university.
yeah, and I was not prepared. I didn't have a pencil. I didn't have a calculator. And I told him that. I was like, here's a pencil. We can't do anything about the calculator. Well, can I take it a different day where I can at least get a calculator? No, go. Like, well, can I retake the test if I screw it up? No. Like, seriously? So, I don't have a choice. I have to go and I have to take the test. I kid you not, half the test was with logarithms. How the hell am I supposed to do
The thing you need a calculator for because nobody can do that without it?
Okay, so
Yes.
because I remember you did tell me at one time how they forced you to take a test that required logarithm without a graphing calculator. I didn't know it was a placement test.
Yeah, it was a math placement test. I had no logging calculator. I didn't even have a slide rule, which for those people, in case someone is actually listening to this, a slide rule was how they used to determine logarithms before calculators were invented, or weren't the size of an entire room. But what the hell was I supposed to do? So, as you can no doubt guess, I failed the damn test, and they put me in frickin' pre-algebra in college, which I slept through because it was frickin' algebra. And, well, to be fair, I got an A despite not paying attention throughout the entire course because, well, it was algebra. But that pissed me off so much, and I should have guessed. I should have guessed that my college experience was not going to be any better because it gradually rose from there. I'm not going to talk about everything happening at college because, like Shadow R. Fox, for a while I actually held the record there for most problems trying to graduate from that damn school.
Oh, yeah.
But I will tell some of the funnier ones. One of them was not one of my first classes, but one of my later classes that was actually part of my degree, was basically a beginning engineering course, which I got in. Now, I want you to understand something. I did all of the homework assignments, which were optional, but I did them. I did all the homework assignments. I did the class project, and I got a 90 on the class project. I did both tests. On my tests, I got a 98, and I got a 90 on these tests. Understand?
Yeah.
So, my final exam, which was worth 1/3 of my grade, to fail the course, I would have had to have gotten a negative number. I failed.
So you got a negative on your test. I knew you were a bad test taker, but damn.
I know. I don't know. I never saw my test grades. They wouldn't let me see my test.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
Have to take it again. I took it again. I literally turned in the same project that I had from the last time. Same test, 90s, same project, got graded with a 90 again, and I passed this time. What the hell? Like,
Your
again,
grade is determined on a whim.
Understand this, though. To have failed this course, not only would I have had to have gotten a negative number, it would have to have been, I actually did the math on this. To fail this course, I would have needed to get a negative 83.
Jeez.
So, Zed, Shadow R. Fox, please. How?
As I just said, it was determined on a whim.
Yeah, that's actually what my classmates said. They're like, they need a certain percentage to fail. They put all of our names on a board and just started throwing darts.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, that's probably what has happened.
Yeah, I don't doubt that's how my high school used to choose.
Of like college or high school TV shows where they just have a dartboard and throw it. I've seen that episode. I'm positive that has to exist, not because they wanted to make a joke.
Right?
Yeah, I'm more than sure that's how my old high school used to choose who passed and failed.
Yeah, that's the only explanation I can come up with. So that was fun.
I think there was a YouTube video I watched that I think I showed you guys, which is how professors grade your exams. And the very first thing they did was they just separated the pile and they said, this half passes, this half fails. That's it. Done.
I believe that. I believe that entirely. Based off this, that's the only reasonable explanation I can come up with. Because literally, I turned in the exact same paper. Like, I did not, all I changed on it was the date it was being turned in. And they gave me an A.
Then yeah, quite literally, you just got unlucky, and they said, "Yep, put him in the half that fails."
See, that kind of luck is the reason we have this entire little podcast segment dedicated to my piss poor luck.
Yep.
Okay, so that was fun. But, I didn't just have problems with the classes. I also had problems with the bureaucracy of it all. I'm not sure I've told you guys this story, but did I ever tell you about the time how I had trouble I had getting rid of a parking ticket?
Maybe, but if you did, it's been a
Possibly.
while.
Okay, so, well, I'm going to tell it anyway because that's the whole point of this. But with the parking ticket, so I had a summer job at the university. No, wait, I had summer courses. I had summer courses, and, Shadow R Fox, you remember the university, you had to have a little parking pass to park
Yeah,
anytime.
well, you still have to, yeah.
You still have to, yeah. So, during the summer, I needed a parking pass. So I went to the Welcome Center and I asked for a parking pass, and they said, oh, yeah, okay, we'll do that, but it's going to take about a week or two to get to you. I'm like, okay, what should I do till then? And they're like, well, just, well, you're here. And they printed out this little document and said, here, take this, put it in your window, put it in your windshield, and they won't give you a ticket because they see yours is coming. I'm like, okay, cool. So I do that. I put it in my windshield, and guess what happens? I get a freaking ticket.
Of course.
I'm like, seriously? So, I decided, well, I can't contest it then because the weekend's about to start and nobody's in the parking center then, but, I just ignore for that day. But then the next day, I parked my car, and this time I put a sign next to the little ticket thing saying, hey, look at this. I have ordered a parking pass. It just hasn't come in yet. Please don't ticket me.
Then yeah, if you put you mean the little paper you print out as the temporary parking permit,
Yes.
right? Yeah, if you put that, they're not supposed to. That's supposed to count.
Yeah, so, this time they didn't do it. I'm like, okay, awesome. But as it turns out, the only reason they didn't do it was actually because there was a event going on at goddamn university. And, well, they weren't ticketing anybody. But after the event was done, I got a freaking ticket again. So I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. And I actually put a huge sign saying, guys, seriously, don't ticket me. I've got my parking permit. It just hasn't come in yet. Next day, I get another freaking ticket. I'm like, okay, enough. So I take my tickets, I go to the Welcome Center, I say, what the heck's going on? And they're like, well, you need a pass to parking. I'm like, I know, but my temporary pass hasn't gone in yet. It's like, wait, temporary pass? Like, yeah, I need a pass for the summer. It's like, oh, you wanted it for the summer. Hold on a sec. She digs through one of her drawers and says, here you go, this will serve you for the summer.
They've been giving you a fall parking pass?
Yes.
I can
Yes.
completely understand because the damn university used to do that shit all the time.
Right. Just like, well, what do I do about these damn parking tickets? She's like, oh, well, you can go to a website and contest them. I'm like, fine. So I do that.
Oh
There's
no, you
there's
should have made them
60
deal
bucks.
with it right then and there.
Well, they couldn't. I told them to, but they couldn't. I had have to go to another department. Apparently, they were out to lunch.
I know that website. It's full of shit.
No, it is full of shit, but they took my parking permit and reduced it by half and said, okay, you only have to pay half. I'm like, the hell with that. I'm not paying half for them screwing up. So I do go down to the department. I tell her my whole long story. And she's like, okay, so they screwed up. They didn't give you the right information. I'm like, yes. It's like, okay, hold on a sec. Okay, it's been removed. You're good. Like, that's it? I was kind of expecting a fight. It's like, no, our department sucks. You're good. I'm like, all right.
That's
Easy enough.
very surprising.
Right? I was surprised, like, no end to that. I was like, well, maybe this school won't be so bad after all.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I know. They pulled me in for a second. That's how they get you. A small bit of kindness, and then you think you're on cloud nine for a second, then they hit you hard. Ugh. Which actually, okay, so that was the parking ticket, but I was still in my major, which was engineering at the time, and I went and I did a course. And as it turns out, like, I was doing 6 courses in one semester. I didn't have time for one of them because 2 of them, like, just overlapped too much, and I didn't have time for both courses, so I dropped the course. And, you get a certain period of time where you can drop a course and not have to pay for it.
Yes.
As long as you drop it within, like, that
First
2-week
month.
interval. Was it a month or weeks?
It was the first 3 weeks, but half the time
Okay.
since the semester started in the middle of the month, you might well just say buy them. I know most of the time they gave you almost to the month most of the time.
Oh, okay. Well, they really screwed this up. So I dropped it in time. You know, I was well within the time to drop it, and then they try to charge me $1,000 for this class. So, you know, I go over to the financial department. I'm like, what the hell? I tell them that I dropped this, and I don't know what was up with this guy, but my God, he was so full of himself and so uptight. Like, he had a stick so far up his ass that if he yawned, you'd be able to see the tip of it.
That sounds like everyone up there.
Oh, yeah, it was. But he was absolutely, no, we've got a new system. Our computers should not make mistakes. I'm like, you made a mistake. Look, I have the date that I did this. Like, nope, no, you must be wrong. Our computers, sir, we just have a new system. It's state of the art. We do not make mistakes. You must have screwed up, and it's not our, and we're not the ones who are going to do it just because you couldn't do this on time. Like, I did do it on time. Not gonna lie, after about 10 minutes of this, I did kind of lose my temper, and I asked him a rather rude question, which you both know, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I am still slightly proud of this. Was I finally just looked at him and asked him, out of curiosity, does it hurt your back to kiss your own ass like that?
Nice.
Yeah. Like I said, I was not happy with him. I will give him credit, though. He took it in stride and finally said, all right, you know what? Just to prove you wrong, let's go and look in my office. Guess what? I wasn't wrong.
Of course.
Yeah.
So he apologized and refunded my money, which I made sure he did that right then and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, okay, great. And he refused to ever see me again. Can't imagine why. So, again, fun times all the way around. But, you know, after a while with this major, I got sick of it because it was just obnoxious. And I decided to change my major. And Shadow R Fox, I think you were actually present for a small part of this, but I don't think you knew what was going on. So this was when I had to change my major. You know, I went up to the engineering department. I told them, hey, I'd like to switch my major to this more hands-on degree. And they're like, okay, okay, just a sec. And she's like, she types for a little bit. It's like, okay, look, I'm going to need you to go to the Welcome Center in order to fix that. Like, okay, so I go down to the Welcome Center. The Welcome Center goes, okay, I'm going to need you to go to the technology department. Like, okay. I go to the technology department. Yeah, we're going to need you to go to the engineering department. They should be able to do this. Like, okay. So I go to the engineering department, who then send me back to the Welcome Center, who then send me to the tech department, who then send me to the technology, who then send me to the technology annex, who then send me back to the Welcome Center, who then send me back to the engineering department, who then send me to the library for some weird reason.
Okay.
Wait, did we lose Archimage?
Oh, no, we might have. I thought it was just
Oh,
a very...
you know, I was about to say the story was so convoluted. He got lost in his own story again. Like, oh, geez, what happened? I don't know. I went to the library. I got lost again. and Zed, I don't know if you realize this. I've been naming the last 5 children after shit I find in my room.
Oh, have you?
I've named the last couple children: mouse, keyboard, speakers, monitor, external hard drive.
I'm not gonna lie. This entire time I've been listening, I've also been playing Persona 5 Strikers to see how far in one of these sessions I can get.
I need to beat that game. I'm at the final part with the CEO.
That's not the final part.
Well, yeah, I know. Isn't there like 2 more bosses or 2 more dungeons?
Technically, there's 2 more dungeons. In reality, they probably could have been smashed into one.
Okay.
I get why they're 2 separate dungeons, but they really don't need to be.
They make it out like the CEO is the last boss.
Yeah, they do. The CEO, who is Japanese Tony Stark, if you look at his face.
Yeah, no, he does look like Japanese Tony Stark.
Are you at the boss, or do you still have to go through the jail?
I'm still through the jail itself.
Oh. Okay.
How did we miss her?
Oh, if you want a piece of advice, by the way, for the boss fight, take Skull and Queen.
Oh, okay. So go to the kind of the main, the original first 3.
Well, no. If I was telling you to do that, I would say bring Panther, but don't bring Panther.
Oh wait, Skull and Queen. Sorry, Queen. Sorry, I'm
Queen.
thinking Panther. Yeah, sorry.
You were thinking Panther. No, because the boss is weak to electricity and nuke.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm currently going through my 5th playthrough of the game.
Oh, I heard. I'm assuming that was thunder.
Yep. Yep. Okay, you can stop now. Jesus Christ. I get it. There's rain outside.
No, there's thunder outside my window as well. Wow, there must be a thunderstorm in advisory for us. I guess I'll give him one whole minute, and then I'll stop this recording, and
Yeah, and then we'll see what happens.
we'll see what happened. You know what? Screw it. I'll stop it now. To be continued.
You know, I swear.